Okay, so we've got a completely broken glitch here. It's easy to do and works for PC and Xbox players. We're going to be spawning in a bunch of different weapons and hopefully you'll be able to get yourself some legendaries too. Okay, we'll start with what you'll need. You're just going to need about 30 each of these 2 resources on screen now. Obviously the more the better, but 30 will probably do. There are a couple of great ways to get these materials pretty fast. Firstly, you could run to the UC distribution center located on your right at the commercial district in New Atlantis. The lady at the desk sells both of the resources that you need. You can then wait 24 hours on the bench opposite her and then buy more. Okay, step 1, you've got your materials, so firstly, set your difficulty to very hard. Step 2, go to any planet, the higher the level the better. I went to Pyrus 2, which is a level 70 planet, but like I said, any planet will do as long as you can make an outpost on it. Step 3, make an outpost on it. 4, okay, this step is important just in case you don't get the weapons you want. Do a manual save of your game, not a quick save. Okay, step 5, now it's time to lay down weapon cases. The bigger cases will get you the bigger weapons. The smaller cases will get you smaller weapons like pistols. And the medium ones, I guess medium guns like shotguns. Put down as many boxes as you can. Step 6, after you place down all of your crates, create a quick save. Step 7, instantly reload that quick save. Step 8, once you load back up, you'll see you have a bunch of weapons in the boxes. They'll range from common to legendary. It's completely random, so you might get all commons, but you could also potentially get all legendaries. Step 9, if you don't like any of the weapons, don't load up that quick save again. It won't re-roll the weapons, it will get rid of all of them and fix the glitch. If you do want to re-roll the weapons, just load back up that manual save you did at the beginning, and then do it all over again until you get the stuff you want. If you find one weapon you like but want to re-roll the rest, you're going to need to break down the boxes and then start from step 1. And that's how you do it. If this helps, please don't forget to hit sub, which will help me massively. And if you're looking to level up insanely fast without doing that annoying outpost glitch, then check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. This is a bit of a funny Starfield exploit that will have you wearing a pretty powerful suit, helmet and backpack that you shouldn't be allowed until endgame. I'm not going to waste your time with a long intro, so all I'm going to say is, if you do manage to do this, come back and hit that sub button, especially as we'll be dropping lots of Starfield guides and glitches over the next few months. Okay, so for step 1, you're going to need to get yourself to the lodge located in New Atlantis. You find it very early game in the campaign, so if you're not there yet, just play until you reach it. 2, so now you're at the lodge, follow my exact path to the storage area. Now that you're in this little storage room, you'll notice a full suit with matching helmet and a pack on a mannequin. It's all locked away in a glass display case. The lock is master level, so you'd need to put a pretty significant amount of time into the game to come back and even be allowed to attempt the lock. Or you could do what we do best at gaming exploits and break the game. So from here, just give it the good old-fashioned Bethesda shimmy. Just push yourself up against the display case, aim your crosshair for the small crack between the door and the glass, and you'll eventually see that you can look directly at the mannequin. And step 4, from here, I think it's pretty simple. Strip the mannequin down and equip your new stuff. It's not even classed as stealing for some reason, so you're all good. Speaking of stealing, if you want to see a way to max out your sneak level in literal minutes, then go ahead and click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so you've either heard of the Starfield Outpost XP glitch or you haven't, but either way, I've seen this glitch explained pretty poorly, making it really hard to actually do. But I promise by the end of this video, you'll be able to go up to the 300 plus levels needed to get every perk on the skill tree. Okay, so I'm going to run through what you need first. So you're going to need around 5,000 to 10,000 credits. So now you've got the money, it's time to get the materials you're going to need. So head over to the commercial district and then directly to this building on the right. 2, buy the materials on screen from the woman at the desk, then wait 24 hours on the bench opposite the desk, get up and grab it all again. Keep doing this until you have about 2,000 mass. 3, now that you're stacked, you're going to lose all of your O2 and 99% of your health, but the game won't kill you. So just jog over to the train and take it back to your ship. Once you get to your ship, drop everything you bought inside. It won't disappear unless you edit or change your ship, so you're all good. 4, okay, to go to your map, we're going to be heading for Nicola 1, which is just here. Although we are going to be scanning the planet and looking for a point that aluminum and iron meet, so that we can harvest both materials in the same spot, it is worth mentioning that you can do this on any planet that has both aluminum and iron. Any videos you've watched in the past that have said to head to an exact spot on an exact planet won't work. This is because each time you land, a large randomized play area is created, which will be different from everyone else's. It will also be different each time you land in the same spot. Step 5. Okay, so now you've hopefully picked out a nice spot where the aluminum and iron meet on the map, so it's time to land there. So when you land, pull up your scanner and then press X for the outpost item. You'll notice in the top left of your screen all of the specific types of materials that you can harvest in this exact area. This will change as you move around, so you're looking for iron and aluminum to show up at the same time. Your best bet here is to look around just outside your ship. If you can't find anywhere after about 5 minutes, hop back in your ship and either land again or land in a different spot entirely. I spent hours searching my first time. After refreshing it by landing again, I found the perfect spot in about 10 minutes. I wouldn't recommend just walking in a straight line, using landmarks to try get an idea of where you're at, or trying to make sense of the map. If it doesn't look like you're going to find iron and aluminum, get back in your ship and reset. This isn't easy, and I'll be honest, I almost gave up doing this video because I couldn't find a spot anywhere. But once you do, it is a great feeling. 6, alright, so hopefully you finally found a spot where the materials overlap. So stick down your outpost and let's get to work. First, you're probably going to need to run over to your ship and pick up all of those materials you dropped, so grab those and then run back to the outpost. Remember, you'll be fine sprinting, the game won't kill you for being over encumbered. 7, now you're back at the outpost with the materials, with probably very little health. It's time to build. So open up the scanner, press X and press B to go into build mode. From here, go to the tab with the basic extractors and start with the iron extractors. You can press this little button here to get a better view of the base. So you're looking for the iron deposit. In the base, it's usually a darker patch on the ground. Once you've found it, pop as many extractors as you can on it. It's probably worth mentioning that if you only have a small corner of iron and you can't put any more than 1 or 2 extractors on it, then it might be worth knocking the base down and moving it along in the direction of the iron deposit. You can do this by going over to the outpost marker you initially put down and holding down X on it. Make sure you save your game first, just to be safe. Now you've done this, do the exact same with the aluminum extractors. The deposit is a light blue color. Again, if the base needs moving, just knock it down and put up a new one. You should aim for at least 4 extractors for each material. 8. Okay, so if you turn your attention here, you'll notice it says you have 0 power, meaning the extractors can't run right now. So in the build menu, move tabs until you reach the solar arrays. These will offer small chunks of power, so you'll need a good few of them to power up your extractors. Step 9, once the solar arrays are down, you'll need to craft an industrial workbench, and next to that, just craft a place to sit. 10, using the industrial workbench that you just crafted, create as many adaptive frames as you can. 11, then go back into the build menu because using those adaptive frames, we're going to build storage boxes. In the menu, they're called storage-solid. Put a stack of 5 to 10 boxes near the iron extractors, and then a stack of 5 to 10 near the aluminum extractors too. Step 12, okay, I promise we are almost there. Now you need to go back into your menu so that you can connect all of the iron extractors to the first box you laid down here, and then connect all of the aluminum extractors to the first box you laid down over there. From here, just going along one by one, connect each box to the next. Step 13, now it's finally time to do the XP glitch. Go wait 24 hours to give the extractors time to harvest the resources. Now just stand up, head to the industrial workbench and spam the craft button on the adaptive frames. Now PC players can craft 99 at a time, hovering over the end of the bar with their cursors. But if you're on Xbox like me, you can only do about 5 to 10 at a time by holding right with your stick and also holding the right D-pad while spamming craft. 14, now keep spamming until you're out of materials. You likely leveled up a few times, so now just go sit down on your bench for 24 hours, and then get up and spam more adaptive frames. From here, you can either drop the frames or go sell them, or you can use them to build more storage boxes to make the glitch even more powerful. So drop me a comment if you need to know anything else about this. Don't forget to hit sub if this helped. And if you want to do a little glitch to get some very overpowered armor early game, then click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so Bethesda did what nobody was expecting and actually patched their game. More specifically, the chests that you could steal from under the map on different planets are now gone. So, of course, when they take one exploit away, we'll just use another one. This strategy is insane. It takes a little bit of time to set up, but once you have it set up, you'll essentially be printing money. And obviously, huge shouts to Kibbles for this one. I'm a big fan of what he does. So without further ado, let's get into this. For this, you'll need the first point in the botany skill, so you'll need to have spent at least 4 points in the tier above for this. So step 1, head to New Atlantis. 2, head to Jemison Mercantile, which if you're not sure where it is, just follow my route from the point where your ship lands. Now head inside and buy these materials on screen. 3, you will be over encumbered, but running back to your ship won't actually kill you. You'll just drain your health down to 1%. But the good news is here, where Jemison Mercantile is so close, I think it has to be within 500 meters, so you can offload all of your materials onto your ship from where you're stood. Just enter the cargo hold from the main menu, click inventory, and then send all resources to cargo hold. If you find that you've run out of space, you can obviously upgrade your cargo hold at the technician, or you can drop all of your items on your ship's floor, ready for the next step. Step 4, now go to your star map. We're actually going to be sticking around on Jemison now, so head to the Frozen Mountains biome. Step 5, now that you've landed on Jemison, you need to find and scan 2 plants to 100%. Firstly, the tufted snow willow, just run around scanning a bunch of them until you hit 100. You're also going to need the plant called the Cold Cave Nettle, so run around and get these to 100 as well. 6, now you've got those to 100, it's time to slap down an outpost. 7, place down some argon extractors. Argon is everywhere on Jemison, so you should be good to slap them down anywhere. Step 8, put down quite a few gas storage containers. 10 to 15 should be enough, and obviously you can always add more later. Now link your extractors to the first container and link the rest to each other, just linking each to the adjacent container. Step 9, if you bought that botany skill, you'll have the greenhouses available in the builder, which is exactly what you'll need to use now. You want to put down at least 5 together and then another 5 together a little distance away. The distance between the greenhouses is just so you don't get the 2 groups mixed up. Step 10, now pop down water extractors. You can be quite messy with it if you want. There seems to be water everywhere in this biome, so you're all good. You'll want at least 5 of these too, but obviously the more the better. 11, pop down 4 or 5 water storage containers. Obviously, if you went crazy with the water extractors, then pop down more water storage containers. Then you want to connect all of the water extractors to the first water storage container, and again connect each container to the next one along like this. Okay, we are almost there. Connect the final water storage container to all of the greenhouses. 13, now head over to your greenhouse control consoles located on the side of the door. You'll notice that they're set by default to develop metabolic agent, so for one half of your greenhouses, change the metabolic agent to toxin. 14, now it's time to put solid storage chests down. Put as many containers as you can behind the greenhouses that are developing toxin, and then just as many behind the other group of greenhouses that are developing metabolic agent, just like this. 15, connect the toxin greenhouses to the first storage box, and then connect that cluster of storage boxes to each other. And then, obviously, do the exact same thing with the greenhouses, developing metabolic agent. Okay, time to slap down some solar arrays or any other form of power. You'll see at the bottom how much power you need and how much you currently have. 17, now go back into build mode and craft a pharmaceutical lab and a research lab. You will only need the research lab for one quick thing, so if you do have one on your ship, you can just head over there instead. So at the research lab, you'll need to research Performance Enhancement 1, which you'll only need a few materials for. Luckily, you can go back to Jemison Mercantile if you don't have these materials. 18, go to the Sol system and then head to Venus and wait 24 hours. Step 19, now fast travel back to your outpost on Jemison. Enough time will have passed for all of your items to be stacked to 999. Those green lights on the side of the containers mean that they're full up. Step 20, from here just spam the craft button for as much amp as you can until you run out of materials. So of course PC players have the luxury of holding their mouse over the end of the bar to craft 99 at a time, but for us Xbox players you can hold right on the left stick, right on the D-pad, whilst also spamming the right bumper, which will spam craft between 10 and 20 at a time. This obviously isn't perfect, but it's still crazy in terms of XP and the credits that you're going to make. You'll make the exact same amount of XP as you do with the adaptive frames farm, but with this farm you'll actually have a useful item that you'll be able to carry in high quantity and it'll be easier to offload. 21, so now go back to Venus, rest, head back to your outpost and craft more amp. It doesn't take much space up in your bag or cargo hold, so you can drag tons of this stuff to merchants. So my favorite thing to do with the stacks of amp is to go to Aquila City and trade all of it with the merchants for ammo. If you've done the farm a few times over, you'll walk away with all of their ammo and credits. You can also just find a merchant and sell chunks of amp at a time, resting in between to stack your cash a little bit quicker. So that's how you do it. If it helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me too. And if you're wondering what glitches are still working after the new patch and how to do them, check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. So we've all heard of that XP exploit where you have to run around looking for 2 materials in order to build an outpost. And whilst that is a very, very good way to level up, it's also incredibly difficult to find those 2 materials. So how about an XP exploit where you can get way more XP than that and you don't have to go searching for any materials? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. You'll easily be able to go up about 10 levels in a few minutes, probably even quicker, depending on how quickly you can actually get this done. And of course, thanks to Kibbles for finding this. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so starting with what you'll need a weapon. I'm sure you've got one of those by now, but if not for some reason, hit up a vendor and then come back to me. You're also going to need the zoology perk in your skill tree. You can just buy it straight up as long as you've got the 4 skills sunk into the tier above. The final thing you'll need is these resources on screen. You can get all of them from the chest you just stole ammo from, or you can buy them from the UC distribution center, which is the building on your right when you spawn into the commercial district. And now we're ready to go. Step 1. So once you've grabbed everything you need, we're going to be heading for the Pyras system, which is level 70. You can head for any planet really, as long as there's a decent amount of fauna, but we're heading here. Then head for the sandy desert biome on Pyras 2. Step 2. Once you land, you're going to spend a little bit of time scanning the creatures on the planet. Just in case you didn't know how it works, you'll need to scan a few of the same creatures before it's 100% complete. 3. Now that you've scanned the fauna, it's time to build an outpost. All you need to find here is some flat ground. Step 4. Pop your outpost down and go into your build menu. You'll notice that because you scan the fauna and you also have the zoology perk, you now have access to these animal buildings in the builders tab. 5. So from here, start placing down the animal buildings in a ring, trying to block off any escape points, although they don't tend to run too far. You'll notice the creatures will all start spawning in as you lay the buildings down. 6. Now they're all in a ring, you'll want to place some solar arrays down just to power them up. I actually used mine to bolster the barricade a little more to stop the creatures escaping, although that didn't work as well as I hoped it would. 7. Now all that you need to do is put down a stack of storage chests in the middle of this for a vantage point. Then just at the bottom of that, pop a bed down too. 8, hop up on your storage chest platform and start popping aliens. You'll get 100 plus XP for each one that you kill, and you'll notice that new creatures spawn in pretty quick. It's also a great way to level your combat skills. I was working on my sniper skill whilst gaining insane levels. Then step 9, if you find you're running low on aliens somehow, just hop in the bed and wait a few hours, then get back to slaying. And that is it. If this helped, please don't forget to hit sub, and if you're looking to glitch your way to millions of credits in a short space of time, then go ahead and click the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of work to set up, mostly because you'll need certain skills, but for the love of God, bear with me here, because this is the craziest XP exploit I've seen, and you're going to be getting around 550 XP every 1 to 2 seconds. I'm not sure who initially found this. I've watched a few videos with people claiming it, but I'm going to trust Nuke Jesus and say it was him and his friend, so big shouts to them. So without further ado, let's get into this Starfield XP exploit. Before doing any of this, you're going to need the first perk of Zoology. The only prerequisite is that you spend 4 points in the tier above. You'll also either need a Coachman shotgun with the Hornet's Nest mod, or the magazine and battery mods 3 skill researched in the research lab. The third thing you're going to need is a bit of an annoying one, but I promise it's worth it. You're going to have to get yourself planetary habitation. For those of you who haven't got it yet, trust me, just keep watching and learn the steps, because as soon as you have that perk, you will heavily benefit from this exploit. Okay, step 1, go to New Atlantis. 2, follow my path to get to Jemison Mercantile, and you'll be buying these items. If for whatever reason they don't have what you want, wait on the benches outside for 24 hours. I'd recommend doing this a few times, and don't worry if you get over encumbered, you can actually put items into your cargo hold from Jemison Mercantile because it's so close. Just go into your menu, then into your ship at the bottom left, the cargo hold, select your inventory, and then send all resources to cargo hold. After waiting, if they don't have all of the items that you need, you can head over to the UC distribution in the commercial district. Personally for me, Jemison Mercantile didn't have the ISO-centered magnet, the reactive gauge, or the titanium, but the UC district had all 3 of these. If you still can't get what you need, run across the street to Outland, who will 100% have everything else. Now head back to your ship. You'll probably need to use the transit car to get back, as you'll be over encumbered and you won't be able to fast travel. Step 3, you're now going to want a Coachman shotgun. If you don't have one, you can head to Aquila City and pick one up from Shepard's. If for whatever reason he doesn't have one, it's all good. Just wait until his items are restocked and he'll definitely have one next time. Step 4, time to head to your star map, go to the Pyrus system and head for Pyrus 8A. 5, you'll need to jump to a few different biomes here because we're looking to scan the 2 different creatures living on this planet. You want to scan them all the way up to 100%. The first one looks like this. I found it in the hills biome, so it's called the Swarming Stingback. Be careful because they travel in packs, they're fast, and they hit hard with some sort of explosive projectiles. And the second one I found in the rocky desert. They're a lot smaller and less dangerous. They're called the herding leafback geophage. Although be careful because you will find more of the stingbacks looking for a fight around here too. So get them both to 100% and then come back to me. Step 6, now head for the sandy desert biome. 7, find yourself a nice place to pop down your outpost. 8, you're now going to want to build an animal husbandry, a bed, a research lab, and a weapons workbench. Step 9, go to your weapons workbench and modify your Coachman. Scroll down to magazine and battery components. You'll want to equip the mod Hornet's Nest. If you can't, you'll need to go over to the research lab and research magazine and battery mods 3. It's probably worth mentioning that you could likely use any kind of explosive weapon here, as long as it doesn't kill you. I've got the negotiator that I picked up during the Crimson Fleet questline, and it works pretty well too. Step 10, this is where the fun begins. Walk over to your animal husbandry and stand in front of the door, spin yourself around and aim at the bottom of this pillar here. Now shoot right here twice, then spin back to the husbandry door and repair it. Spin back around and take the 2 shots where you just did, turn back and repair. Keep doing this over and over. You'll notice you can get all 4 kills each time doing this, and the XP per second is just ridiculous. So a few mistakes I made here initially that you should look out for. Firstly, make sure the husbandry is actually repaired before you walk away from it. I kept letting go of the button too quickly and wondering why nothing was happening. The game most of the time will clear up the dead bodies and spawn new creatures in when you repair the husbandry, making this clean and lag free. If you don't have the option to repair, fire 2 more shots even if you've killed the creatures, because you need to repair it so that they can respawn. And finally, make sure you stand back far enough and position yourself slightly to the left. Initially, I kept shooting to the right and a dead body would fly at me on the first shot, causing me to hit it on the second shot, draining a ton of my health. And that is how you do it. So if this video helped, please do consider hitting sub to help me out too. And if you're wondering what glitches are still working after patch, then click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so Bethesda took our undermap chest glitch, but no worries, because this Starfield glitch, which is actually 2 glitches and an exploit, is going to make you millions of credits in under an hour. I've had a lot of people ask why I haven't covered this one in my step-by-step format yet, so I figured I'd finally get it done. I've seen a few videos covering this, but I'm pretty sure Kibbles did it first, so shouts to him. Okay, so you're going to need a random ship that you don't care about, another ship that you're happy to completely rebuild, and then a third ship that is your main ship that you're just not going to touch. So step 1, head to Aquila City and break down the ship you don't care about, and make a ship with a cockpit, a hab, a landing bay, a docker on the top, a reactor, a fuel tank, a grav drive, an engine, and a landing gear. You'll also probably need another hab for the landing gear. It's also worth mentioning that when you've done this, you should save the game because mine crashed literally right after I made it. This can all be done with C-class stuff regardless of your skill because you're not actually going to be flying it. Unless you're like me who accidentally set it as my home ship, and then this happened. Step 2, now head over to the fuel tanks and choose the 900T helium tank. If you can't physically select it because of requirement issues, it's all good. This is where the first glitch comes in. It's really simple. Just hover your cursor very, very close to the ship, then hit add. You'll notice that the item comes up in red. This is because it's clipping with your ship. So click one of the fuel tanks you're allowed to have. And now that the list has disappeared, you'll notice you'll still be able to scroll through the list of fuel tanks. And even better, you'll be able to scroll all the way to the fuel tanks you're not allowed. So scroll down to the 900T, drag it out of the way of the ship and place it down. Now just stick it on the back of the existing fuel tank, just like this. Step 3, okay, so we need loads of this exact fuel tank. If you have the skills to get this part without doing the glitch, then it's all good. You can just duplicate it over and over. But if you don't have the skill, you're unfortunately going to have to do the glitch multiple times. So add a long trail of the same fuel tank on the back until you get an error message. Then do the same widthways until your ship looks like a giant capital T. It should now look like this. Step 4, add an M50 Ulysses helium tank to the side of the fuel tanks. Attach the top of the Ulysses tank to the bottom of this part. This will give you another layer to work with. And now we're going to fill this whole bottom area with landing gears. This is why we went to Aquila City, because they have the perfect landing gears for this. This one right here. Step 5, now you just want to fill all of this with more 900Ts, adding another layer, then another layer, just not getting too close to the center. You can of course save the ship at any point if it's getting too pricey for you, but if your pockets are stacked, then just keep following along. Step 6. Once it's filled up like this, you could, if you wanted to, delete out a few of the fuel tanks at the front and jam in the SAL 6630 engine, which is worth a lot. Add as many of these to the front as you can before you get the error message. Step 7. Okay, your monster ship is ready. So save that beautiful, horrible creation and make sure you drop a quick save. 8. Go to your star map, click on the Valo system, then go to the planet Polvo. There's a city you can land at called Hopetown. So just head there. Step 9. Okay, we're now going to do a run through ship merchants and make a ton of money from them using our second glitch. So when you land in Hopetown, run over to the technician and say you want to modify your ships. We're going to use the trusty ship dupe glitch here, so scroll over to your monster ship that you just created. So if the ship you don't care about is on the right, you're going to hit edit ship and the right bumper at the exact same time. If the ship you don't care about is on the left, you're going to hit edit ship and left bumper at the exact same time. This does work on PC, I'm just not 100% confident on what those buttons are, so if you know the buttons, please do drop them down in the comments. You're basically trying to edit your glitch ship and swap over to the ship you don't care about at the exact same time. If done right, you'll then end up in the editing menu for your monster ship. Now just move something over and back out and save. You'll notice the ship you don't care about is now a duplicate of your monster ship, which is exactly what we need. Step 10. Now go into edit mode on your duped ship. So you can't outright sell this duped ship for 2 reasons. Firstly, it isn't registered, so you'd actually have to spend money first. But also you need to keep this ship around so that you can keep duping it later. So instead of selling it, click select all, the whole ship will turn red. Now select each individual part of the original ship, not any of the extras that you added. So you just want to select the hab, the docker, the engine, the cockpit, and so on. So now all of the extras should be in red and your core ship should be unselected. Now hover over the red parts and hit delete. Deleting all of this will sell these parts to the vendor, so back out and confirm the deletion of the parts. Now this vendor only has 72,000 credits, but don't worry, the next person has way more. Step 11, run into Hope Tech just over here, and the salesperson is sat at the desk on your right. So asked to modify your ships, you should still have your monster ship, and next to it you should have the ship you don't care about, which is now just a stripped down version of your monster ship. So do the dupe to turn the stripped down ship into another glitch ship, so hit edit and then left bumper or right bumper depending on what side it's on, then move one part, back out and accept. Now that your ship is duped again, go into the duped ship and delete those extra parts again. This time the vendor has 160,000 credits, so you'll make a decent amount here. Okay, so now you've sold your parts a second time, it's time to reset their inventory. The best way here is to go to the Sol system, head to Venus, and wait 6 hours, which is 600 universal time hours. Now head back to Hopetown and talk to both vendors again and sell your parts again. You'll make around 232,000 credits every time you make the run, so that's how you do it. If this helped, please consider hitting the sub button to help me out too. And if you're looking for the most insane XP exploit there is, I'm talking 5,000 plus XP in a few seconds, then click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this is gonna take a second to get everything set up, but you will 100% be able to get thousands of XP in under a minute over and over again. This is the best strategy right now, so you're gonna wanna stick around. A huge shouts to The Beast, who dropped this insane strategy in my comments. He's an absolute genius at this stuff, and he seems like a lovely guy too. I'm sure he'll drop a comment under this, so look out for the pinned comment on the video and be sure to thank him. So without further ado, let's get into this monstrously overpowered Starfield XP exploit. Okay, before doing any of this, you're going to need the first perk of Zoology, the first perk of Planetary Habitation, the first of Outpost Engineering, and you'll also need a Coachman shotgun with the Hornet's Nest mod, or you'll need Weapon Engineering level 3 and Special Projects level 1. I know this does sound like a lot, but I promise you this is going to be absolutely worth it. The XP is literal thousands in seconds. Okay, so step 1, go to New Atlantis. 2, follow my path to get to Jemison Mercantile, and you'll be buying these items. If for whatever reason they don't have what you want, wait on the bench outside. I'd recommend doing this a few times. And don't worry, if you get over encumbered, you can actually put items into your cargo hold from Jemison Mercantile, because it's literally that close. Just go into your menu, into your ship at the bottom left, cargo hold, select your inventory, and then send all resources to cargo hold. After waiting, if they don't have all of the items for you, you can head over to the UC distribution in the commercial district. Personally, for me, Jemison Mercantile didn't have the ISO-centered magnet, the reactive gauge, or the titanium, but the UC district had all three of these. If you still can't get what you need, run across the street to Outland, who will 100% have anything else you need. Now head back to your ship. You'll probably need to use the transit card to get back, as you'll be over encumbered and won't be able to fast travel. 3. You're now going to want a coachman shotgun. If you don't have one, you can head to Aquila City and pick one up from Shepard's. If for whatever reason he doesn't have one, it's all good, just wait. His items will restock and then he'll definitely have one next time. You can also do the weapon crate glitch, where you just need to drop on a planet, stick down an outpost, pop down a bunch of weapon crates, quick save your game, load that quick save, then all of those crates will be stocked with guns and ammo. Just delete the outpost and all of those items will go into your inventory. You likely will get a coachman from doing this, and if you're lucky, it has the attachments that you need. Step 4, time to head to your star map, go to the Pyrus system, and then head for Pyrus 8A. 5, you'll need to jump to a few different biomes because we're looking to scan the 2 different creatures living on this planet. You'll have to scan them up to 100%. The first one looks like this. I found it in the hills biome. It's called the swarming stingback. Be careful because they travel in packs, they're fast, and they hit hard with some sort of explosive projectiles. And the second one I found in the rocky desert. They're a lot smaller and less dangerous. They're called the herding leafback geophage. Although you will find more of the stingbacks looking for a fight around here too, so be careful. Now just get them both to 100%, then come back to me. Step 6, now head for the sandy desert biome. 7, find yourself a nice place to pop down your outpost, then get a 4-wall hab down, and then move your outpost beacon around until you manage to pop it on top of the hab. I believe doing this is more for the PC players as a means to access their build menu quicker, because with Xbox we can just access our build menu quickly through the scanner. I'm not sure if it's the same for PC players. Step 8, you're now going to want to build 5 to 8 animal husbandries around the outpost platform in a circle. Then a bed for the 10% XP boost every 10 minutes, a research lab, and a weapons workbench. Step 9, go to your weapons workbench and modify your coachman. Scroll down to magazine and battery components. You'll want to equip the mod Hornet's Nest. If you can't do that, you'll need to go over to the research lab and research magazine and battery mods 3. You can get all of the materials back in the stores in New Atlantis. And it probably is worth mentioning that you could likely use any kind of explosive weapon for this. I've also got the negotiator that I picked up during the Crimson Fleet questline, and it does work pretty well too. Step 10, now you've laid everything down, use your coachman shotgun to shoot out the generators on the animal husbandries. And just make sure all of the creatures are cleared out too. 11, this is where the fun begins. Stand on your platform near the outpost and go into build mode. For Xbox, just open up your scanner and hit X. You'll see that you have the option to repair all of the husbandries you just blew up. The button is RB for Xbox. Repairing each husbandry will clear out the dead bodies and respawn the creatures. From here, just hold down B to quickly come out of build mode. Now fire at the husbandry generators again. Your Hornet's Nest shots will blow it up and kill all 4 of the creatures in one shot. Do this to all of your husbandries, then go back into build mode, repair, and do it all again. Keep repeating this over and over. As you can see on screen, this is going to net you some absolutely insane XP in such a short amount of time. You are likely going to go up multiple levels in a few minutes. I know I did. And that's how you do it. So if this video helped, please do consider hitting sub to help me out too. And if you're wondering how you can make an insane amount of credits in a short space of time, check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. So Bethesda took our Starfield chest glitch away by hiding all of the chests somewhere else. So whilst we're all hunting down those chests, this is definitely one of the best strategies for making fast credits in Starfield. So let's get into it. Step 1, fly to Neon, which is in the Volley or Volley system. 2, take the elevator to Neon City. Step 3, leave the elevator and go right past the Reliant Medical and the hotel next to it. Then just after the hotel, there's an alleyway, so turn down there. Step 4, go through the door that says Ebbside above it. Step 5, walk to the end of this alleyway and turn left. There's a store called Frankie's Grab and Go. Head inside. 6, okay, you're going to want to quick save here because you're about to pickpocket the store owner, Francesca. 7, pickpocket Francesca. You're looking to take that syndicate keycard of hers, so with enough loading of your quick save, you'll be able to take it from her. Step 8. If you turn around after grabbing the keycard from her, you'll see there's a locked door, which, good news, you now have the key to, so head through. Step 9. Now, sneaky Francesca has hidden a hideout behind this fridge. But we're too smart for her, so walk straight through it. 10. Once you're in the hideout, you don't have to sneak or anything, so just run to the stairs on your left, head up them, and follow the path straight on to the dining area, just like this. Step 11. Turn to your right and then take another right, then at the end of this corridor, take another right. You should see a doorway, head through, and then enter the first door on your left. Shut the door behind you for extra sneakiness, and also drop another quick save for safety. Step 12, okay, the table in this room has a maintenance shaft key on it, and of course, we're gonna take it. 13, head back out the same door, turn right, and at the end of the corridor, turn left. Now run all the way to the end until you see a metal door on your right. 14, head inside, close the door behind you, and pick up the contraband on the ground. 15, okay, now you've got some spicy loot, head back to Neon City. Step 16, once you step outside to Neon City, just take a left and keep walking until you see the Trade Authority on your right. These guys will buy all of your questionable items, which is perfect. The Trade Authority has a huge yellow sign, so you can't miss it. Once you see it, head inside and sell your contraband. Now, it's likely that you have more than you can sell, so if that is the case, there's a bench that you can sit on, so just rest 48 hours to restock the Trade Authority's chest. Then step 17, head to Sol and drop down on Venus. Wait 6 hours. This is because 6 hours here is 600 UT hours. Then 18, head back to Neon City. The contraband will have respawned. So now you can repeat the whole process. And that is a nice little way to stack some easy credits. If you made any money off of this strategy at all, I think legally you have to hit subscribe now. So go ahead and do that. If you want to see the best XP exploit right now, then go ahead and click the video on screen. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We have a nice, easy Starfield exploit for you guys today. If you're always losing those fights and your ship's getting gunned down in the middle of space, have no fear. This Invincible ship exploit has got you covered. Step 1, head over to any city that has a technician who gives you the option to upgrade and modify your ship. 2, tell them you want to modify your ship. 3, select these radiators and start adding them on the side of your ship. You'll notice that each time you add one, it will move your ship over. This is because it is changing the center point. The reason you want to do this is because in fights, 90% of the time, the enemies will shoot at the center point of your ship. So if the middle happens to be a thin row of radiators, they're gonna miss a lot of their shots. If you want your ship to be fully invincible, you can get creative and make your center point a giant circle, so any incoming shots will go straight through. 4. Now, all that's left to do is fly that absolutely hideous ship into space and win every fight. You'll notice here that even though I'm getting shot at by a ridiculous amount of enemies, most of them can't hit me even though I'm staying in one place. Now imagine what you can do whilst flying around and shooting back. So that's it. If this helped, please do hit that sub button. And if you're looking to glitch your way into some overpowered armor, then check out this video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. If you're looking to max out your stealth within a few minutes, you've come to the right place. This guide will have you sneaking around undetected from early game. So as you know, to go up to the next rank in stealth, you'll have to get a certain number of stealth hits. Once you've reached that number of hits required, be that 10, 20 or 40, you'll then be able to unlock the next rank, which will also give you a higher percentage in your stealth and damage dealt with silencers. So here's how you get it done quickly. If you could do me a favor, if this video does help you, then please do hit that sub button as it will help massively. And it will also keep you up to date with all of our Starfield guides and glitches over the next few months. So for the Starfield max stealth strategy, all you're going to need is a gun and lots of ammo. so make sure you have that. My favorite gun for this was the Equinox energy rifle, but I did manage to get it done with a shotgun, which will baffle you when you see the actual stealth strategy. So step 1, once you have your weapon and millions of rounds of ammo, you'll want to jump into your ship. 2, once in your ship, jump to space. You're now looking for a planet called Piazzi 4. 3, once you've located Piazzi 4, navigate to its moons. You'll want to land on the moon Piazzi 4C. Okay, now you've landed, grab your gun, run out into the forest, and find a secluded area with no creatures around. I like to jump on a high rock just so I can get a better view of everything around me, but that isn't crucial. Then step 5, if you look into the sky, you'll see loads of floating balloon monsters called herding scepter filterers. There's a few great things about these monsters. Firstly, they are passive, so if you shoot them, they won't attack you. Secondly, if you crouch, you'll stay hidden while shooting them, as long as there's no other creatures around. But the best thing by far about them is, for some weird reason, after you shoot one, they all start bunching up in the sky, making it 100 times easier to hit them. I was using a chameleon suit, which kept making my gun disappear, so having them bunch up really helped me land my shots. Each time you hit one of these floating beasts, it will count towards your stealth hits. You can fire off shots in quick succession and still get those stealth points. I'm not sure where else these creatures show up, so do drop it in the comments if you found them elsewhere. But yeah, just keep firing shots and you'll literally max out stealth in a few minutes. So if this video helped, please do remember to drop a sub, as we're going to be smashing out loads of Starfield glitches and guides over the next few months. So have fun, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, we're going to look at the 2 best ways to level up your concealment. Both are pretty similar. It's more about picking the right target for this. So step 1, get yourself an EM weapon. If you didn't know, EM weapons basically knock enemies out. You can get these from plenty of different places, but you can also change ammo type of some guns at a weapon bench. Step 2, head to the Pyrus system and then to Pyrus 2. I've chosen this planet because it has plenty of fauna, but feel free to pick any planet you know with abundant fauna too. 3, find a creature to fight. It's likely you'll find a group, so kill all of them and leave 1 or 2 alive. 4, shoot the remaining enemies with your EM weapon and knock them out. Step 5, now unequip your weapon and proceed to punch the knocked out creatures. You should be able to get about 5 punches in before they wake up. Now just rinse and repeat this process until your concealment is maxed out. Alternatively, you can head to the Mass District in New Atlantis. From the spawn point, run to your right and follow the path to the hospital. There's a doctor in his office in the back. Just head inside, get behind him, and punch him whilst hidden. It's probably better to do this on very hard so you don't keep dropping him in one punch. Also save after every successful hit, because it's very easy to mess this up. If he panics and shouts "help me," it's all good. He'll run out of the office, but it will transport him straight back inside. And then he'll forget that he was upset. Just rinse and repeat until you're max concealment. This is how you add any part of your ship without the need for the required skills. So let's jump straight into it. Step 1, head to New Atlantis. 2, talk to the technician and tell them you want to modify your ship. 3, okay, so hover over a small gap in your ship so that you can still click add. Step 4, now click add and select a new ship part. You'll notice the parts show up in red. This is just because it is clipping into the ship. From here, scroll down the list to the grayed out parts that you aren't allowed to equip and decide which of the unobtainable parts you want. 5, once you've decided on the grayed out part you want, slowly scroll upwards to a part you're allowed and count how many parts you scroll past to get there. For me, the part I wanted was 22nd on the list. Step 6, click on the part you're allowed and click accept. Now, using the D-pad for Xbox, you can actually scroll through the parts even though the list isn't there anymore, and even better, you can scroll down through the parts you aren't allowed. So if I scroll down 22 times, I'll eventually reach the ship part I wasn't allowed. 7, once you've got it, move it out the way of the ship and place it down. Boom, you can now attach it to your ship with no issue. You don't need the required skills, so go nuts and create an insanely overpowered ship. So that's how you do it. If that helped, please consider hitting the sub button to help me out too. And if you're looking for a crazy XP exploit to hit max level very fast, feel free to click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Hey you! Yeah, you. Do you have a ship that you love and for whatever weird reason you want a second one? Well, have no fear. I have a Starfield ship duplication glitch for you right here. So step 1, head to any city that has a technician that can fix and modify ships. Step 2, tell that technician that you'd like to modify your ship. 3, okay, so here you'll see my full list of ships. I already have doubles because I accidentally did this. So when you pull up your list of ships, you'll want to press X and LB at the exact same time on the ship that you want to duplicate. Just a word of warning, this will replace whatever ship is to the left with the duplicated ship. 4, once you're in the build menu, just make one small change, back out, and then save it. You'll now see that you have a double of your favorite ship. I'll just quickly back out and go back in so that you can see that it does stay there and it doesn't just revert back straight away. And that's how you do it. Now, if you're looking for an easy XP farm, way better than that outpost XP glitch, then click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. 1. Don't hotkey your cutter. When you go into scan mode, press the shoot button and it will pull out your cutter automatically. Leaving scan mode will swap back to whatever weapon you're holding. 2. If your ship only has a basic cargo hold, just drop everything that you want to keep on the floor. It will stay there forever, but pick it all up before you modify your ship or it will all disappear. 3. If you have a bounty, but you need to go to a city on a specific planet, just land outside of the city so you don't get scanned. Get back to your ship and now you'll be able to land in the city with no issues. 4. Running whilst over encumbered will lower your O2 and eventually your health, but the game won't let you die this way. So you can actually just keep sprinting with no issues. 5. Every time you get full research on a planet, through scanning, head up to Vlad on the eye as he'll buy this data for big money. Now comment your helpful tips below to help out other people and I'll pin the best one. Okay, so I was making a video on exploiting lockpicking, which I'll upload tomorrow, and the video had me traveling from Venus to Aquila City a bunch of times. And this, my friends, caused me to find something very interesting. So we're gonna run through everything, retracing the exact steps I did, and I'll explain why on the way. So step 1, head to Venus, land, find a chair or bed, and then rest for 6 hours. Step 2, head to your star map and navigate over to the Cheyenne system, then drop down in Aquila City. 3. Run over to Shepherd's store, it's literally on your left when you enter the city. Step 4. Come to this far weapon crate on the right side of the room, just over here. So you'll notice it's stacked with a lot of loot, and weirdly enough, if you check Shepherd's inventory, he's not selling this stuff. So it's just a bunch of standalone display items. But why is this so interesting, I hear you ask? Well, every time you go to Venus, wait 6 hours, and then touch down on Aquila City, it doesn't re-roll this chest, it adds to it. I'm not sure if it's worth using as a strategy to stack, but it's definitely worth checking out this crate right now, because you could have a ton of pricey weapons waiting for you. To steal from the crate, just crouch on the floor in front of it. It's the only spot I've found so far that Shepard doesn't immediately look at you, and if you're feeling it, you could do a bunch of trips to Venus, waiting 6 hours and coming back, and seeing what kind of loot you get. So yeah, make sure you go check that crate out, and if this video helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me out too. And if you want to see an XP exploit that gets you 5k XP every few seconds, then check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've all very clearly wanted something like this to come along because we've all been hoarding our loot, selling it bit by bit in between having to fast travel, and it has been exhausting. Well, it's finally time to sell everything you have. This is by no means perfect. It is a pretty good strategy, and it's like most things in Starfield, you've just got to grind. If this video does help, I'm pretty sure you legally do have to subscribe, but for now, let's just get into it. So step 1, all you've got to do is head to your star map, the Sol system, and then fly to Venus. Step 2, land anywhere. 3, go into your scanner and look around at the unknown symbols. If you click on them, which is A for Xbox, I'm not too sure for PC, it will tell you whether they're a structure, a natural point of interest, or something else. We're looking for this symbol right here. This is a civilian outpost. They're not too difficult to find, although it did take me about 15 minutes. The quickest way to do this is to just drop onto Venus, click on the ones that are there when you land, and if none of them are what you're looking for, just hop back in your ship and drop down in a different area. It's pretty simple. Step 4, once you find a civilian outpost, go chat with one of the settlers. Most of them will have the option to trade, although annoyingly this first one I found only had 2,600 credits, so I moved on to another outpost altogether, but you can stick around, it doesn't actually matter. It just bothered me a little bit. Step 5, okay, it's time to grab all of that stuff you've been hoarding for weeks. So head back to the settler and sell them as much as you can. This settler only had 5k this time, which was a little all better. Then once the settler has no more credits, just find a chair outside. There was one literally right next to me, so it made it a lot easier. Now just wait 2 hours. Boom, the settler is stacked again. So just rinse and repeat without having to constantly fast travel to different planets. So if this helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me. And if you're looking for an XP exploit that will literally make you 5k XP every few seconds, check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. You're about to get yourself a crazy, endless supply of weapons, helmets, credits, and ammo. They'll range from legendary to common. You can access this location from literally the start of the game, and you only need one skill to do this. There's essentially a few different crates that have a lot of loot in them, and rather than re-rolling after a certain amount of time, they keep stacking. So I'm going to show you exactly where all 3 loot locations are, and then I'm going to show you how to efficiently stack them without wasting too much time. So let's get into it. Okay, so the only thing you're going to need is level 3 of the security perk. And I know to some of you this sounds like a lot, but let me quickly show you how to speedrun your security levels, or at the very least, get you closer to level 3. So just drop into Aquila City in the Cheyenne system, run over to the bank, which is just on your right. This guy sucks, so I'd just pop him if I was you. Now, you've got 4 ATMs out front. They can all be lockpicked, so get those first. Now, in the room behind the desk, there's a safe on the table, so pick that. And that is the first level of security done. If you need to level up quickly, I'll link my XP exploit at the end of this video, and I'll pin it in the comments. It gets you 5k XP every few seconds, so definitely check that out. Okay, now you've upgraded your security level, head downstairs. There are 9 to 10 lockers to crack down there. Now just head to Venus and wait 6 hours, come back, and the safe in the back office will be good to pick again. You'll need to reset it 4 more times, and then you've done it. You can now pick Master Locks, and we can now move on to step 1. So, step 1, navigate over to your star map and into the Alpha Centauri system. Step 2, to the west there's a ship called the Damos Armored Transport. This is where we're headed. 3, okay, so follow my path to the first loot stacking crate. This one isn't behind a master lock door. It isn't as good as the last location because that location has a few crates, including a helmet display case, but it does still stack some nice loot. Step 4, this is the only crate that stacks loot in this particular area, so we'll move on. After a certain amount of universal time hours, more loot will appear in this crate, and then it will stay in there gaining more and more items from ammo, credits, weapons, and so on. So now you've looted that, follow my path to the big stackable loot stash, and another medium one on the way. Whilst you're on the way to the big stash, you'll spot this weapon rack on the wall. This also stacks endless weapons and ammo, so definitely check that out too. When you've done that, we'll keep moving on to the big stash. Step 5. When you arrive at the top of this location, there will be 2 big doors. One has a chest behind it, but this doesn't stack loot. The door to the left, however, this is the one that has the master lock on it, and once inside, you'll see there are 3 crates, one of which is a helmet display case. They all constantly stack new loot, so grab everything you want from it, and then I'll show you how to exploit this as efficiently as possible. Step 6. Okay, so run back to your ship. Don't spawn straight into the cockpit, or you'll have to go through that annoying undocking cutscene. Just hop on board and then fast travel to Venus. Sit down on your ship or outpost if you have one, wait 6 hours, which is 600 UT hours, and then head back to the Damos armored transport. 7. So from here, all you actually have to do is board the armored transport and then go back to your ship and back to Venus. The items will all stack in the background when you combine the passing of enough time and entering the armored transport. So essentially, you could just keep going back to Venus and coming back to the Damos ship endlessly without having to run through the ship every single time. Each time you do the run to Venus and back, you'll be stacking more ammo, helmets, weapons, and credits. So that's how you do it. If this did help, please do consider dropping a sub to help me out too. And if you want that crazy leveling exploit that I mentioned earlier, click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. Okay, this is a nice and easy little glitch that will get you the most powerful ships for way less credits than they're worth. So let's get into it. Step 1, go to any ship vendor. I went to the one in New Atlantis. 2, ask them what ships they have for sale. Step 3, find the ship you want, and when you do, just switch either left or right to a much cheaper ship. Step 4, from the cheaper ship, simply hit buy and either LB or RB, depending on which side the ship you want is. And obviously this works for PC as well, I'm just not confident on the buttons. So if you do know the buttons, please do put them down in the comments. So if you did it right, you'll have a prompt asking you if you'd like to buy the ship on screen, but for the price of the cheaper ship. Boom! A powerful ship in Starfield for a fraction of the cost. If this video helped, please do consider hitting that sub button to help me out too. And if you're looking to get yourself 5k XP every few seconds, then check out the glitch video on screen now. Thanks for watching. So we've had similar XP farm exploits like this before, but this one, for whatever reason, gets way more XP than the other methods. It could be because of the small differences, who knows? Just give it a go and let me know what you think. So let's get into it. As always, there's a couple of things you're going to need for this, and similar to my other videos, you're going to need Zoology 1 and Outpost Engineering 1. Now, if you followed my previous videos, you'll probably already have the Coachman shotgun with Hornet's Nest rounds, but if not, you can pick up a Coachman from Shepherd's in Aquila. You can also do one of the many weapon spawn glitches. I recently put a video up of the best ones. I'll link that in the comments. To get the Hornet's Nest rounds in the shotgun, although you might get lucky with the weapon spawn glitches, you can just mod them in on the weapon bench. You'll need Weapon Engineering 3 and Special Project 1. This might all sound like a lot of things right now, but I promise if you stick with me, this is more than worth it. So step 1, head to New Atlantis, and from your ship, follow my path to Jemison Mercantile. You're going to want to pick up these materials on screen. If you're getting weighed down by all this stuff, you can actually go into your ship's inventory screen on your menu, drop your stuff into the cargo hold because you are within range. As always, if your merchant in Jemison Mercantile doesn't have what you need, you have 3 options. Go outside and wait on a chair to restock her inventory, or head over to the commercial district and either go into the UC distribution center or Outland, which is directly opposite. These stores usually sell whatever you're missing. For me, it's always the reactive gauge, and it's always Outland that seems to have it in stock. Now, head back to your ship. You're probably going to have to use the transit car as you'll likely be over encumbered by now. Step 2, so now you've got all the stuff and you're back at your ship, dump it all in your cargo hold. If you can't because your hold is full up, just drop it all on the floor of your ship and then speak to the ship vendor outside. Tell them you want to edit and manage your ships. Now just change the color on your ship, and because you made a small change, all of the items you dropped on the floor will be crammed into your cargo hold, even though it was at max capacity. 3. Okay, open up your star map and head for Schrodinger 3, which is in the Schrodinger system. If you can't find it, it's directly below the Crick system right here. Step 4, head for the Hills biome. 5, when you land, make an outpost next to your ship for ease, and now it's time to get to work. Step 6, run around this biome with your scanner out. You're looking for the swarming fox bat. You'll need to scan 4 of them to get it to 100%. They roam in packs, so it shouldn't be an issue. Just be careful because they do get hostile when they get close, and there's usually a lot of them. Step 7. Once you've completed the scan, fast travel back to your outpost because it's time to get the XP exploit going. Step 8. Go into your build menu and build 4 animal husbandries. You can of course do more if you want, but 4 worked perfectly for me. You can also build yourself a bed so that you can take advantage of the sleep XP boost, and you can also build yourself a little platform to stand on in the center of the husbandries, but neither of these are a must. Step 9. Okay, from here, lower your difficulty level to very easy. This is really important, otherwise you're not going to get any XP. Now stand in the middle of the husbandries or on your platform if you've built one, and quickly take out all of the fox bats that spawned in. Now use your coachman to blow up the generators on the side of the husbandries. Step 10. From here, go into build mode and you'll see you can actually repair the husbandries from your location using the LB button. Again, I'm not sure what it is on PC, so put it in the comments. So repair each husbandry, then leave build mode and blow up the generators again. Go back to build mode to repair and then leave it and blow up the generators again. This will create an endless loop of XP for you until you run out of ammo. Some things you should be aware of here: repairing the generators is what spawns the fox bats in a group. You're getting XP because the hornet's nest explosion or the generator explosion is killing the fox bats. If the creatures aren't in range because you didn't blow up the generator quick enough, which allowed them to walk away, the fox bats will still despawn when the generator blows up, but you won't get any XP for that. Only the ones that were killed will give you XP. So move quickly and you'll get all of the XP possible. So that's how you do it. If this video helped, please do consider hitting the sub button to help me out too. And if you wanted to know some of the best glitches and exploits to get millions of credits, check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. If you've seen my last few videos on the loot stacking glitch, you already know how all of this works. It's pretty strange that it's still in the game, but as we all know now, they are just features. So I've had a bunch of people in my comments telling me I haven't covered the best one yet, so let me show you the best place to stack some serious loot. So step 1, head to New Atlantis on Jemison. 2, follow my path to Jemison Mercantile. Step 3, once you get to the store, you'll want to go round the back to the elevator right here. Take it down to the well. Step 4, okay, in this store there's a bunch of loot, and all of these chests here will stack up every time you pass time and come back in. So have a walk around, check it all out, and get ready to stack. There are also chests in the back room. Step 5, so head to Venus in the Sol system and wait 6 hours. Step 6, come back to the well. You'll notice that everything has stacked 1 or 2 extra items. It could be anything from ammo to legendary helmets or weapons, or just common stuff. You can steal all of this stuff and then walk it over to the trade authority to sell it. If there's anything that caught your eye that you want to keep, just buy it back from the trade authority and it will have removed the stolen tag. If you're struggling to steal because of the merchant, you can either use the perk to convince them to leave, or you could get a little trigger happy. You're cool. And that's how you do it. If this video helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me too. And if you want to see how to make 5k XP every few seconds, check out this video on screen now. Thanks for watching. We all remember the weapon spawning farm. In fact, most of us are still doing it because there hasn't been anything better. Well, things just got interesting. There's a new way to do it and it's way faster than the original. I didn't find this method. I believe it was first posted by Mr. Nuke Jesus. So with that being said, let's get into it. So of course you're going to need materials for this, so head over to Jemison Mercantile in New Atlantis, which is just near the spaceport. You'll need to grab these materials on screen. For any of the materials that the merchant doesn't have, just head over to the commercial district. Then on your right there's the UC distribution center, and then opposite that there's the store Outland, and either one of these will have whatever you're missing. So step 1, set your game to very hard. 2, pick a random planet to land on so that you can make a new outpost. To make this more efficient, I'd recommend it being somewhere in the Sol system. 3, when you land, create your outpost. Step 4, go into build mode and create a military hub, and then add an outpost airlock on the side. Step 5, head inside, and just like the weapon spawn glitch before, we're going to spam build as many weapon cases as we can. You can scroll through the crates with the directional buttons if you'd prefer bigger or smaller cases. 6, drop a quick save and then load that quick save up. Step 7, from here you'll see the normal version of the glitch has worked. All of the weapons have spawned in the cases like they usually would, but this is where things get 100 times better. So go to your star map and travel to Venus. Mantis. 8. Wait in Venus for 6 hours and then head back to your outpost. Step 9. From inside the military hub, drop a quick save and reload it again. You'll now notice that all of the crates have been stocked with another weapon, which means you can do this infinitely over and over without ever having to delete the chests. Just keep stacking unlimited ammo and crazy weapons, and you can just keep it there and come back whenever you need extra credits or ammo. So that's how you do it. If this video helped, please do consider hitting the sub button to help me out too, and if you want to get yourself 5k XP every few seconds, click on the video on screen now. Thanks for watching. So just drop into Aquila City in the Cheyenne system, run over to the bank, which is just on your right. This guy sucks, so I'd just pop him if I was you. Now, you've got 4 ATMs out front. They can all be lockpicked, so get those first. Now, in the room behind the desk, there's a safe on the table, so pick that. And that is the first level of security done. If you need to level up quickly, I'll link my XP exploit at the end of this video, and I'll pin it in the comments. It gets you 5k XP every few seconds, so definitely check that out. Okay, now you've upgraded your security level, head downstairs. There are 9 to 10 lockers to crack down there. Now just head to Venus and wait 6 hours, come back, and the safe in the back office will be good to pick again. You'll need to reset it 4 more times, and then you've done it. You can now pick Master Locks. So we all want that insane looking Starborn ship, but we also know that New Game Plus gets rid of all of our weapons, ships, outposts, and everything else. Thankfully, there is a sneaky little glitch to have our cake and eat it. So let's get into it. Okay, to steal the Starborn ship without going into New Game Plus, you are going to need 3 things. So firstly, head to New Atlantis from your ship, follow my path to the well, speak to the woman in the trade authority and buy a bunch of amp. You'd probably only need 1 or 2, but if you want more to be safe, then just wait in her chair for 24 hours and buy some more. Secondly, this isn't a must, but I did find that it helped me massively, and that's a skip boost pack. You can get these from most places. There's actually a load of packs in this store here in the well. Third and final on our list is Aurora. So head over to Neon and follow my path into the club. Speak to the bartender and buy as much as you can. I'd say you need around 15, so maybe wait 24 hours on a chair and go back to the bartender. So Aurora is actually considered contraband, so you can't fast travel to your ship from here. You're gonna have to walk it. Fortunately, you can follow my path to get around the security guards and get back to your ship without being detected. Okay, before we set off, pop your amp and Aurora in your favorites so you can access them quickly later. Okay, step 1. So now you've got everything you need. Just head to your star map and pick a planet. I tried multiple planets, but ended up getting it done on Pyrus 2. Preferably, the planet you pick will have lower gravity so that you can take advantage of the height and speed that you'll be traveling with a skip pack. Step 2. As soon as you step foot on the planet, drop a save. 3. Now, a majority of the time when you land on a planet, you'll be followed by a Starborn ship. So just listen out for one. If you don't hear one flying in after around 5 seconds, just land somewhere else on the planet or go to a new planet. If you do hear a ship coming in, watch where it lands. You might even need to load your save and watch it again. Just really try to get an idea of the direction. Step 4. Okay, game time. Now you've got an understanding of where that Starborn ship is landing, load up your save, and as soon as your game loads in, pop an amp and an Aurora and start sprinting to the area you know the ship is landing. Remember to use your skip pack for extra speed. The important thing to remember whilst you're rushing to the landing spot is to keep popping Aurora when time speeds up again. I'd recommend going third person so you can actually see where things start moving fast again. It stays in your system a few minutes, so you should be good. Step Step 5, okay, you should be closing in on the ship by now. If it's already landed, it's not the end of the world. You're not trying to beat the ship to the ground, you're trying to get in the ship around the same time the Starborn come out. Because those clumsy little idiots leave the door wide open for a few seconds as they're leaving. The Aurora should slow down time enough to keep them in that ship for quite a while. It is worth mentioning though that if the ship landed a while ago and you've still got a very long distance to travel, you may have to pick a new spot to do the glitch, because I found that sometimes the ship was way too far away and it just wasn't physically possible for me to get there before the Starborn left the ship. Sometimes the ship will land near you, sometimes it will land a whole football field away. After a few attempts on different planets, you'll figure out what's actually physically possible and what's not. Step 6. So when you land on the wing, run over to the door. It should be blank with no prompt. If it says inaccessible, you're too late and need to load your save again. After a few seconds of it being blank, it will say board. So quickly do that. You're now in the ship. This is what it looks like on the inside. There's not too much to look at. It is worth mentioning that if you want to take this to a port to make it your home ship, then make sure you pop the rest of your Aurora in the cargo hold and jettison it. And that's it. If this video helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me too. And if you want to see an XP exploit that will get you around 5k a second, then check out this video on screen now. Thanks for watching. This is madness. Using this legendary weapon crate glitch, you're going to be able to stack endless weapons in crates without ever having to delete them. You'll have a huge stockpile of ammo too, so you can just come back and stock up whenever you need. And of course, a massive shout to Nuke Jesus for finding this. The man is on a roll right now. So let's get into it. Step 1, put your game on hard mode. 2, go to Jefferson Mercantile on New Atlantis, which is just near the spaceport. Or you can go to the UC Distribution Center, which are both right near the spawn point in the New Atlantis commercial district. So you're going to be buying these materials. I'm just going to say get 50 of each because it's completely dependent on how crazy you want to go with it. Maybe watch the video to the end and judge for yourself how much you'll actually need. 3, now go back to your ship, open your star map and find yourself a level 75 planet. Step 4, drop in and start an outpost. 5, now go into build mode and put down 1, 2 or as many military habs as you want. I've gone for 2 just as a demonstration, but you can go crazy here. Then add an airlock. Now in true spawn glitch fashion, you need to fill this place with empty weapon crates. Step 6, then to finish this up, put a bed down next to your outpost beacon. 7, now go into your star map, land at a different spot on the same planet, and you're going to repeat the last few steps. Drop an outpost, build a bed next to it, get some military habs going, add an airlock, and then fill it all with weapon crates. Step 8, okay, now you've got everything laid out, just quick save and then load that quick save. There is a side note to add here that sometimes the weapons won't appear in the crates, and you'll need to quick save and load one more time. Step 9, now your weapons have spawned in, go to your star map and pop back over to your other outpost. 10, when you spawn in, sleep in your bed for 1 hour. Then step 11, now you're awake, just run inside, quick save and load back up. Side note here, you don't actually have to go inside every time. You can just get up from your bed and do the quick save and load right next to it. So you can see all of the weapons have spawned in, which means right now both outposts have one set of weapons in the weapon crates. So step 12, now we just need to keep the loop going. Head back to your other outpost, sleep in the bed for an hour, and then quick save and load the game. Then go back to your other outpost, sleep for an hour, quick save and load, and so on and so on. This will just constantly stack the weapons in all of the crates. And that is literally it. So if this video helped, please do consider dropping a sub to help me out too. And if you want to make yourself 5k XP every few seconds, then check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching.